Desert Storm. The war that shook the world, the 1990–1991 Persian Gulf conflict. In the summer of 1990, the world was stunned by breaking news from the Middle East. Iraq, under the rule of President Saddam Hussein, had launched a sudden and overwhelming invasion of Kuwait. This small but oil-rich nation, strategically located in the Persian Gulf, was swiftly overrun by Iraqi forces. The invasion not only violated international law but also threatened the stability of global oil supplies and ignited a geopolitical crisis with far-reaching consequences. What followed over the next 7 months was a high-stakes international showdown that would culminate in a massive military operation known as Operation Desert Storm, fundamentally altering the global balance of power in the post-Cold War era. Let us now explore the causes, course, and consequences of the Persian Gulf War of 1990–1991. On August 2, 1990, Iraqi troops crossed the border into Kuwait in a lightning-fast operation involving over 100,000 soldiers. Within hours, Kuwait City was captured, and the ruling royal family fled into exile. Saddam Hussein declared Kuwait Iraq's 19th province, citing grievances such as Kuwait's alleged overproduction of oil, which he claimed was damaging Iraq's post-war economy. However, the deeper motives lay in Iraq's crippling debt from the 8-year war with Iran, 1980–1988, and its desire to control more oil reserves to regain economic and political power in the region. The international community reacted swiftly and decisively. The United Nations condemned Iraq's invasion and passed a series of resolutions demanding immediate withdrawal. When diplomatic pressure failed, the U.S., under President George H.W. Bush, began assembling a coalition of over 30 nations, marking the largest military alliance since World War II. The president spoke of a new world order, in which aggression would not be tolerated, and international law would be enforced. This coalition was unique not only in its size but also in the diversity of participating nations, including both NATO allies and Arab states. The response to Iraq's aggression unfolded in 2 main military phases. The first was Operation Desert Shield, which began in August 1990. During this phase, coalition forces built up defensive positions in Saudi Arabia to prevent further Iraqi advances and began preparing for potential military action. The second phase, Operation Desert Storm, launched on January 17, 1991, began with an intense and highly coordinated air campaign. Over the next 43 days, coalition aircraft carried out relentless airstrikes against Iraqi military installations, communication hubs, and infrastructure, showcasing the precision and power of modern warfare. What made this war particularly historic was its technological and media dimensions. It was the first major conflict to be broadcast live via satellite, with CNN and other networks delivering real-time footage of missile launches, aerial bombardments, and night vision combat. For the first time, viewers around the world experienced war as it happened, creating a new era of 24-hour news coverage. In the battlefield, the use of smart bombs, stealth aircraft, and electronic warfare defined a new model of high-tech, information-driven conflict. On February 24, 1991, after more than a month of airstrikes, coalition ground forces began a rapid offensive. In just 100 hours, they liberated Kuwait, crushed much of Iraq's army, and halted their advance just short of Baghdad. The war was, militarily speaking, a resounding success for the coalition, with minimal casualties compared to previous conflicts. However, the decision not to pursue Saddam Hussein into Baghdad would become a point of debate in the years that followed. Though short in duration, the Persian Gulf War had a profound impact on global geopolitics. The United States emerged as the unrivaled superpower in the post-Cold War world, demonstrating its military dominance and political influence. The war also underscored the importance of oil to global security and cemented the strategic importance of the Middle East in international affairs. For the United Nations, the conflict marked a rare instance of successful collective action, bolstering its authority, at least temporarily. Yet the war's aftermath was far from peaceful. Iraq faced heavy economic sanctions and widespread devastation. The war did not remove Saddam Hussein from power, and tensions in the region persisted, eventually leading to the 2003 Iraq War. Moreover, while the coalition avoided a prolonged occupation in 1991, the seeds of future instability were sown. Iraq's internal strife, humanitarian crises, and growing anti-Western sentiment would continue to shape the Middle East for decades to come. In hindsight, the Persian Gulf War of 1990–1991 was more than a regional conflict. It was a global event that marked the transition from Cold War geopolitics to a new world order. It showcased the power of international cooperation, the reach of media in shaping public perception, and the growing complexity of modern warfare. While it was seen as a swift and decisive military victory, it also left behind a region fraught with unresolved tensions and fragile peace. Ultimately, Operation Desert Storm remains a defining moment in late 20th century history. It was a war fought not only with tanks and missiles but also with symbols, satellites, and ideology. It reflected the world's hopes for a more just international system, and its struggle to manage the volatile realities of power, oil, and sovereignty in a new global era.